Today we're taking a look at the RavPower WD009 Filehub. Catchy name, I know. But I actually think that this is a very exciting product and could be a very handy tool for travel photographers. And this is it. Doesn't look like much, I know, but this is in essence 3 different things all in one that range from meh to whoa. So let's work our way up the spectrum. In terms of the meh, this is a power bank. So it has a 6700 milliamp hour battery built into it that can be recharged with the supplied micro USB cable in the micro USB port here. Just plug your charging cable into the USB port, turn the device on, and you've got enough power to charge a phone maybe 2 or 3 times over. But that's pretty meh, because you can pick up power banks for probably half the price of this that have a lot more than 6700 milliamp hour batteries. So it's handy to have in an emergency, but I wouldn't be buying this specifically as a power bank. Now, into the ooh part of the spectrum, we also notice here that there is an Ethernet port. So when you plug an Ethernet cable into here, the whole thing essentially becomes a router that you can use to turn a wired internet signal into a wireless signal. This can be handy for maybe if you're traveling around somewhere and you're staying in a hotel that either has useless Wi-Fi signal or maybe charges you an arm and a leg for Wi-Fi, but there is an Ethernet cable in the room that you have access to. Because fewer and fewer devices these days come with an Ethernet port built into them. It used to be quite a common sight in laptops for an Ethernet port to be included, but now with the really slimline laptops, you don't see them quite so much. However, with this, if I've got access to an Ethernet cable, I can essentially turn this into a mini hotspot to connect to. Now that in itself is a bit like the power bank. They're useful features to include, but they're not the main reason why you would consider buying this. The reasons why you consider buying this lie in the whoa area of the spectrum. So with this USB port, not only can you plug in a charging cable to charge your devices, you can also plug in an external hard drive. This is a Seagate 5200 RPM HDD, and this is able to run it not a problem at all. So then what you can do with the hard drive connected to this, you are able to tether your phone to the file hub and then access the files off your hard drive through your phone. The last thing that this setup allows you to do, which is the bit that I think is going to be potentially fantastic for travel photographers, is with the inclusion of this SD card slot on the side here. So with the device powered up, you can just pop an SD card into the side here, and it will register that it's got an SD card. And then you just press and hold the SD button on the side, and the light will start blinking. And what this is now doing is copying all of the files straight off the SD card and storing them in a separate folder on the hard drive. It can take a bit of time to copy everything over. And then at the end of the day, with all of your pictures and your videos stored on the hard drive, you can then re-access them and view them through the file hub onto your phone or your tablet. Now, generally with most cameras, when you try and Wi-Fi transfer images and videos from the camera straight to your phone, images will be in JPEG format, videos will be lower resolution like a 720p file. With this setup, you're copying the original file straight from the card. You can then access the original files straight from the hard drive. So maybe you're going traveling for a couple of days and you might want to edit a couple of pictures while you're on the go, but you don't like having to edit the JPEG files that you get from the camera. You want to edit the RAW files, so you end up taking a laptop with you so that you can access those RAW files through Photoshop or Lightroom. With this setup, however, you can potentially do away with a laptop altogether. If you've got an app on your phone or your tablet that can open and edit your RAW files, such as maybe Photoshop, then in theory, you can just take this setup and do those odd little edits on your phone or your tablet and upload them straight from there. You don't need to carry around a full big laptop with you. But this whole setup in its entirety is a damn sight smaller than needing a full laptop and the power cables and everything else to go with it, which can significantly reduce the amount of weight that you're then having to carry around, which is perfect if you're going traveling. Now, when playing around with this, I did find when I was trying to view back some of the video files that I have saved in here, there would occasionally be buffering. So on here I have a couple of the original renderings of some of my YouTube videos, and I tried watching one of those back and found that every now and again it would stutter and stop for a second, and then it would be like it's buffering, and then it'd carry on playing it. Now, granted, those video files were fairly high bitrate files, but for more reasonable bitrate files, they stream okay. Loading pictures, again, can take a couple of seconds for the picture to fully render in its maximum quality. So it's not the most seamless, perfect setup. However, I think if you are trying to travel really light, but you just can't not afford to back up your images on the go, this is a much more viable solution than carrying around a laptop with you. So this is a way of backing up your images on the go. It's a way of viewing and accessing your hard drive files without the need of a laptop. It's a router and it's a power bank. So 4 in 1, actually. I don't know why I said 3 at the start. I knew it was 4. Maybe I should just dub me saying 4 and see if anybody notices. Now, this particular model, the WD009, is the latest version of RavPower's Filehub, and it's currently retailing on Amazon.co.uk for about £58 and $60 on Amazon.com. However, if you're shopping through Amazon.com for a limited time only, you can use the supplied coupon code here for $12 off that price. There are previous versions, there are other versions of Filehubs as well, but this is their latest one. There were some key differences, I believe, between this one and the previous versions. For example, the previous version, I believe, had a USB-C charging port, and this one's gone to a micro USB. This button on the side lets you switch your router settings between whether you go for a 2.4 or a 5 gigahertz bandwidth. And also, I believe this one solved some overheating issues that the previous versions have, which is a good thing, I suppose. So to be fair, for £58, that is a hell of a lot in a very small, tiny device. Small and tiny. In a very small and lightweight package that potentially means that you could just leave your laptop at home. So that's it. If you have any questions or queries, as always, guys, comment box is down below. Thank you so much for stopping by, and hopefully I will see you in the next video.